the cleanest, safest drinking water possible, and yet the rules are so unaffordable, they don't know where to turn. I'll work with you, and I just want to make sure that you would commit to continuing to support a robust funding.
Yes, Senator. Ultimately, the funding level will be set by Congress. It will be my responsibility to ensure that I'm doing my part to fulfill congressional intent and being good steward of tax dollars so that I can report back to you on all sources of funding coming through the EPA. This specifically, I've heard from other colleagues of yours on this dais as a top priority of theirs, and therefore it will be a top priority of mine too.
I thank you for that. I would also add that you should need to be a voice within the administration as the budget is prepared and OMB makes decisions in support for the fund as well. It's certainly true that presidential budgets are not irrelevant, and it's useful if we start with a robust number that is beneficial to the country. Last question I'll ask is, I'm interested in what our country's doing. I'm involved in the national security aspects of my time in the Senate involves those things. Is there any role for EPA to play in the critical minerals world?
Yes, Senator. President Trump has expressed a desire of having an energy council. He wants there to be collaboration between different agencies of different levels of jurisdiction. That involves everything from permitting reform, which is one topic actually that I heard Senator Whitehouse reference earlier in his opening remarks. I believe that it is important for agencies to be working together, regardless of whether we are the lead agency or we have a different role to play of following another agency. But I look forward to any collaboration working with other agencies to do EPA's part.
Congressman Zeldin, thank you for taking my questions and responding.
Thanks, Senator.
Thank you. Last but not least is someone who also has some big shoes to fill, as the former chairman of this committee was from the great state of Delaware, but I know that Senator Blunt Rochester is well up to the task, and we welcome her to the committee and welcome you to the questioning. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you so much to you and the ranking member for the warm welcome. I'm excited to be on this committee. Senator Carper and I wear different types of shoes. I wear pumps. Let me begin by expressing my gratitude, though, to the former chairman of this committee, my friend and mentor, Senator Tom Carper, for his years of faithful service, not only to this committee, but also to our nation and to saving our planet. I'm proud to be able to be a member of this esteemed committee. And Mr. Zeldin, I appreciate your visit last week, and you clearly stated in your testimony that we must ensure that we protect our environment. And in our conversation, I shared with you the rich diversity of my state, from our farmers to city dwellers to our coastal communities and our environmental justice communities, and why the EPA is such an important and great partner to our state. I've, in my time in the House, prioritized clean air, clean drinking water, affordability of those things as well. And for us, it's crucial that we have the best candidate for the EPA administrator. So in our conversation, I was really pleased also that you earnestly acknowledged that climate change is real and that you are committed. You actually affirmatively, before I even got the question out, said you committed to following the science and letting that dictate the policies of the EPA. And as I said, in my home state, we feel the impact of climate every single day. And as a former member of the House, I know we talked about the similarities in our district: low-lying, vulnerable to sea level rise, and it's critical to our coastal communities. How will you direct the EPA to help these communities like ours survive the rising sea levels and extreme weather brought on by the climate crisis?
Senator, this is a topic that involves multiple agencies working together. So EPA being able to do its part is incredibly important. EPA might not have the funding that the Army Corps of Engineers is bringing to a particular project as may be authorized by Congress. The Department of Interior might be working on a particular aspect of this under its jurisdiction. The collaboration between agencies is critical. The collaboration between agencies and Congress is going to be important as well. I think it also helps for I, as if confirmed as EPA administrator, to be traveling to a state like yours to see issues firsthand on the ground, especially when they emerge on, at times, little notice, sometimes with far more notice, to be able to hear from people who have been working on these issues a long time, to be able to hear that feedback, to allow that feedback to inform my decision-making, and to bring that feedback with me to Washington, D.C. when I return from those trips, which I look forward to, if invited, coming to visit your state with you.
Thank you so much. I have a couple of yes or no questions because I know time is limited. You stated that EPA's mission is to protect the health of the public and the environment. Is this still your position? Yes or no?
Yes.
Will you ensure EPA prioritizes policies that promote access to clean water? Yes or no?
Clean what, Senator?
Clean water.
Yes, Senator.
Yeah. And as you know, many rural communities have old water infrastructure and rely on well water, particularly in Delaware, which creates significant water quality issues. How will you, your EPA, help these communities access effective solutions such as upgrades to stormwater infrastructure, watershed restoration, or water infiltration?
Senator, Congress has approached these issues in the past in certain creative ways. In some respects, it could be an aspect of congressionally directed spending. I've seen go to a particular community where they are able to mitigate an issue of water contamination as we experienced in Suffolk County, where my congressional district was located and where we had multiple aspects of PFAS contamination. The first step is to be able to get access to drinking water. And even if that's providing bottled water, that's a partnership that starts with local leadership, where a state and federal government is asking, what can we do to assist? What's important is long-term mitigation. And what is so frustrating to the American public is when they see these issues lasting for 10, 20, 30 years and the ball's never moving in the right direction. I look forward to doing my part to work with your local communities to get these issues mitigated to whatever extent I can help.
You actually brought up for me something that was personal. We have communities that did not have access to clean drinking water in our state. And so it was important for us to work on that revolving state water fund, getting that water to those communities, but also the water affordability. And Senator Padilla mentioned the work on the LIHEAP for low-income for water programs. I led that charge in the House side and would love to continue working, again, to make this a permanent program for those families. I will yield back, and hopefully we have a second round of questions so that I can ask about soot, particulate matter. Thank you, and I yield back.